Step up on the voice of the people.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So today is June the 3rd, Saturday, June the 3rd, and there's so many issues on. There's a cry that Patrick Yard should step down voluntarily. Even though you might say the Constitution, he's not going against the Constitution, but it's a clear conflict of interest. I think the Professor Harold Lodgman mentioned this again, and I think maybe he should step aside and maybe let, what is the name of the other trade unions who, a lot of...
Gospel.
That's somebody else. No, outside of the public service. That's somebody else take the position.
So why you say that? Why you say that?
Conflict of
Patrick
interest,
Yard,
because he represents the workers there, and then
yes,
he might act contrary to the best interest of all. We need to have fair play.
Patrick did not know that.
Patrick, but the people who appointed him should have known it.
Yes, he know that. Yes.
So it is. Even though, as I said, it's not against the Constitution, as they said, but.
So, but they plan to throw him out?
No, he should have recused himself from the thing.
Then they don't. What do you do?
No. Well, he could go there, but then people will not. His judgment might not be the right, to the mark. Now, Granger says no to the second GCOM list. The second GCOM list where you want to appoint a new chairman, and Jagdeo warns against unilateral choice. That is the headline in today's papers. And then again, another headline: government drops charges against accused Kaito Park illegal miners. So there were quite a lot of Amerindians involved there, and they decided to drop the charges. But people need to be educated as to what they can do and where they can go. I think
Harmonic very clear. Harmonic very clear.
Yes.
People? Yes.
Now also, Harmon says that government never proposed a referendum on the gay sex laws. As people were saying that they were going to have a referendum, he said government never proposed a referendum on gay sex laws. Now, current issues here, and we need to have more law and order in the country. Traffic there's still a lot of confusion. Buses should have bus stops. All buses must stop at bus stops. They don't just stop in the middle of the road and pick up a passenger. We need to have some law and order. Then noise nuisance. People in the middle of the night turn up their music and you can't sleep. We need to have respect for other people's rights to peaceful enjoyment of their premises. We need to have people showing more respect for others. And then the quality of food too in the schools, the breakfast being offered to children need to be improved. I think they can ask banks, DIH and DDL and others to contribute in this regard. And also constitutional change. We need to have constitutional change to move forward. We perhaps need to have a separate election for the president as against the members of parliament. So.
Leon, what's your opening remarks?
My opening remarks is that the Guyanese people are very resilient, and they've been putting up with a lot, and they can put up a lot more. In fact,
why you say
put
that?
Up or shut up. Here, this is the headline that economist Ramon Gaskin says private sector should buy Gaisuko if they wanted to survive, because they're saying that the government should put a hold on their plans to divest or whatever.
Just like in Jamaica.
He's saying that if they're so interested in seeing Gaisuko move up, they should come with the money and invest in Gaisuko.
Exactly.
So we can look at that. Edward Boyer was actually commenting on that. The royalty on ExxonMobil, it is being said that 2% royalty is not even enough, but 2% on gross and 50-50 split on the profits. I think...
what do you think about the profit?
Man, profits could never come. Then people would always got overheads to cover, and we'd never get the profits. So that 2% royalty on the gross should be a little bit more, because we can't bank on the profits. Because for the next 10 years, they're going to just covering overheads, and no profits to be seen. I'm telling you, you got to watch them. The other thing is, somebody says that Guyanese youths cannot get ahead under Granger. And he says geriatrics in power will not be around to pay one set of debt that they are incurring today. I don't know if I'm a geriatric or you're a geriatric or you're a geriatric, but I don't think he's right.
He's talking nonsense.
Yeah, it's nonsense.
He's carrying on a campaign again.
But here it is. A one-seat party can hold the balance of power. And there have been calls for new political parties to be formed. And they're saying that any party that comes up now and grab a one seat in 2020 election could hold the balance of power and end up becoming the presidential thing. And tomorrow, Sunday, there's a new party being formed by some youth, some young people in 20s and 30s. Yeah.
Yes.
It's called the United Movement Alliance.
Who party is that?
Man, so a youth called Jag Group, Narayan, contacted me.
Okay.
Know some young people, and they're
Yes.
very gung-ho.
Okay.
They're meeting tomorrow, Lamaha Street, between Waterloo and Camp, on this side, Kalyan building,
Yes.
at 1 o'clock. So people who are interested in becoming part of a new party that will be run by a lot of young people
What is the program?
should check it. I don't know, I'm going to check it out tomorrow to see what they're all about. United Movement Alliance, UMA. And I think that's a good thing, to be honest with you.
Let me listen.
Yeah. And the other thing is that, what's his name? My brother Lincoln Lewis now joined the chat about marijuana. Lincoln Lewis, when you see Lincoln Lewis going to add his voice, he says, legislative reform needed for ganja. The laws of Guyana do not apply to those violating the iconic Kaito National Park, but are applicable to a young man caught with a marijuana utensil or in possession of 25 grams of the substance. The Tushas, the Amerindians, can ask and get government to drop the charges of illegal mining for their people, but the Rastafarian leaders cannot get the same government to revisit marijuana sentencing and drop the charges for those caught in possession of it.
Yeah.
When a man like Lincoln Lewis could start adding his voice to this whole reasoning, we got to really look up and say, well, it's not about just us. It's about the general rights of human rights and the rights of all minority groups, whether it's the LGBT, Rastafari, or whoever, or the Toshas, or the Amerindians. We got to ensure that minority rights are protected. We're going to talk more on that.
Okay. Rahman,
Before we go to Rahman,
yes.
Unite newspaper is
Yes.
out, and I got a nice article on UCN on page 9. Watch it here, buddy.
Yes.
Look.
What
see
it
here,
said?
what it says? Popular Guyanese pioneer TV station, CN's Channel 6, headed by its flamboyant and highly irrepressible host of the Voice of the People program, Narayan Sharma, is celebrating in June 25 years in existence as a television station. And it goes on to list all your accomplishments, Mr. Sharma. I say people better get a copy of this edition of Unite and read about Mr. Sharma, because
Where
you
could they
deserve any reason. What's that?
Where could I get it? You got to tell them where you can get it.
Where you can get it?
Can leave
By the
some
market,
downstairs.
or they got some people selling it, or they can contact me, or
Leave something.
It is something.
at Channel 6?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. You want a copy of this paper, come to Channel 6 and read all about
Leave it to
CN
the
Sharma in it.
receptionist.
Page 9. Oh yeah, I'll leave it to the receptionist. One love.
Rahman, you open your
Mr.
remarks.
Sharma,
Yes.
you remember
Yes.
as a pioneer, you were fighting GCOM.
Yes.
You see, my position is very clear. All this controversy they're having about electing or putting forward a chairman, what we need is an independent body, like any other part of the world, where
Yes.
no
Yeah.
political influence or
Okay.
parties can. The moment you have elected party people sitting on something,
Have you
Yeah.
bring
you
him
are
out?
always going to have suspicion.
Have you bring him
So
out from the Caribbean instead of Guyana?
you can have a mixture of people, but you have to have independence.
Okay.
You suffered badly
Yes.
at the elections. You were cheated at the elections.
3 times I was cheated. Three
Yes.
times.
In Linden, where you got a lot of votes,
But that was in Linden.
and in other parts of the place, so you were not
We did
able
three
to
with Gen
play.
4.
Yes.
The interior Gen 4. I'm the
Exactly.
champion at the area.
Exactly.
Yes.
And the reason for that is
Yeah.
because you had political interference
That's right.
in the electoral process. The same thing happened to the AFC when they lost that seat
Yes.
in Linden. The same
Oh,
kind
yes,
and
that's
then,
true.
And then Sam Hines became the representative.
But they're supposed to give me that seat.
Right.
For the in Linden.
Okay. So
Yeah.
to avoid, and you can
Yes.
continue to, I mean, I can go back to my history
Okay.
in 1973, when the elections were rigged massively.
Yeah.
But they made a mistake with tough.
And because of these kinds of things,
Yes.
Jagdeo should be campaigning for an independent commission and not fighting to who should be the chairman of
Okay.
it. Because it doesn't make a difference. Because you will recall that Boudou
Yeah, Budu, yeah.
gave us a hard time
I had a very hard to bear.
even to register your
Yeah,
party.
yes.
But I was your
That's right.
Elections agent.
election agent
Yeah.
there, so I know all the runnings there.
Yes.
And I was locked up in 1973 elections because we tried to stop the rigging of the elections.
That's right.
So I have a long history about
Yeah.
elections.
Yeah,
And
that's
that is why I am saying that if you have an independent board or commissions, whatever name you want to call them, it must be people who are not involved in any political party.
Rigorously
They are
screened.
Yes.
Okay.
So that nobody can argue. When you look around the world, yesterday an election result was declared
Yeah.
yesterday in Ireland, where an Indian immigrant's son has not become the prime minister.
Yes.
And nobody arguing
In
about
Ireland?
Yeah.
An Indian immigrant son?
Yeah,
Wow.
in Ireland.
Yeah.
Now, so that is something that we need to discuss and debate, and when people call in, they should be engaging in this in a very sensible way.
Okay.
And that brings me to the point about the history of this station.
Okay. Yeah.
Because over and over again, as Leon has quite rightly said, and he's actually wrote that article, very good article that he has written, that people must read it. You must put it on Facebook, Leon, so that people, I can then send it around so that people can recognize. The greatest recognition that you can get is from the people who you have helped over the 25 years.
25, that's right.
You don't need an award. Because for you to get an award, I got a thing here. You have to go through all kind of hoops.
I don't know. I haven't got through that now.
You have to fill out a form and then send it up, and then I don't know what system. It is not a transparent system for an award system. It makes a mockery of it. Because when you see the people who are given awards, and you see the thousands of Guyanese who have slaved in this country to make it what it is.
It's a shame.
It's a shame.
A shame, yes.
So what I am saying from this pulpit here, that it has to be reviewed. And I'm calling Mr. Granger, who is a decent man, to establish a fair system where he doesn't have to be involved in it. If we set up criteria on the basis in which people should be awarded, and you must not wait on some special time. People must be given incentive. The good policemen must be given incentive all the time because they are risking their lives. Nurses must be given incentives all the time when they do good things.
Teachers too.
Teachers, the same thing.
Yes.
All our people, rice farmers, sugar workers, they must be given incentive. These people must be given award because they are the producers of wealth in this country, not some professional person who are a friend of somebody and a friend of
It's called
somebody.
political patronage.
Okay. We'll continue from here. Ma'am, tell me your name, please.
Jasmati Kalda.
Where you live?
Sanssouci.
Yeah, how long you live in Sanssouci?
For years.
How many years? You average?
From the age of 17, go on until I'm 70.
And how old are you now?
70.
What?
Looking good for 70.
Yes.
Tell me what's your major story, your major problem.
The major problem that I make I reach here, I work in, at least with the government.
Yes.
This work that Bharat Jagdev has opened 2006.
Yes.
I am on the work and since then to now.
Yes.
We weed in road shoulder, drains,
Yes.
we used to weed trench.
Yes.
But eventually we stopped the trend, but we continue the shoulder and the drains.
Yes.
Now that we were under Ministry of Agriculture, we throw over to the Finance Minister, we throw over to the Water and Housing Minister, then we go to SIP.
What?
SIP.
Okay.
SIP?
Now, yes, SIP. Now from SIP, they throw we to the NDC.
Yes.
We go over to Council.
Yes.
From this year, January.
Yes.
And from since we go over there, we seen all the colors to get our payment.
Okay.
We never had a problem getting the payment from 2006 to last year.
Yes.
But from this year,
How much money are they holding you?
we got April and we got May.
Yeah.
Now, one we start June,
Yes.
we can't get paid.
Okay. What is the causing the problem?
I don't know, Mr. Sharma, causing the problem.
Okay.
When you ask the overseer, he said he done finish doing his part, making his paper. When you ask the coordinator tell you the same thing.
Yeah.
You ask the checker that check there with us, she tell you the same thing.
How many people have been affected with this problem?
We are 10 of us.
10 of us, okay.
10 of us.
Yes.
There are some on the work have children
Yes.
going to school.
Yes.
They find it more difficulty. I find it difficult, much less them.
Yes.
If we don't want money, we don't work.
Okay.
You need money, make you go to work.
Yeah.
My husband died December. I have
Okay.
no one to give me
Okay.
something.
Okay. What
He
is
was six years he in bed with strokes. His eye blind.
Okay.
And I work and I mind him.
What else you on this program? And the advice to
Then
the people? For
along-
the voiceless?
And then again,
Yes.
we had a small trailer and a tractor.
Yes.
I mean, it's public work.
Yes.
But then the chairman of it and the previous chairman, they had some contract and then repaired the trailer. and the tractor.
Okay.
So we workers were going with the trailer to the workplace far distance, like Mars Bledger, like Zalanja, because not all of us can ride bicycle.
Okay.
And even the riding one them find it hard when the rain fall with the road because it pools them in sheer water.
Okay.
The road is miserable. So the trailer is carried to workplace and bring me back. Now after this election and Mr. Ranger coming, now the trailer move away from us.
Why?
Got one, Barry Birbala to Wickenham.
Yes.
He is the head of ACNU.
Okay.
Well, he used the word and said that move the trailer because me and Kamina now vote for he.
Yes.
Vote for he, not for Ranger.
Yes.
Vote for he.
Yes.
In Wickham.
Yes.
So let me punish.
Okay.
What?
I confirm him because he tell one of the workmen.
Okay.
And I confirm him.
Yes.
Though he is a pastor also.
Okay.
A pastor?
He is a pastor of a church.
Okay, okay. Yes.
Right? So when I confirm him, he said, who say? Well, the man that he tell the workman jump up right away.
Yes.
And yes, Perry, you did said so.
Yes.
So I said, Mr. Perry, are you a pastor? Are you a pastor?
Yes.
Are you bringing a message from the Bible to the congregation in your church?
Yes.
And that is what you're doing and saying?
Yes.
I said, God is watching you.
Yes.
Christ is watching you.
Yes.
Well, you ride with the motorbike.
Okay.
We're suffering for go to the far distance.
Why did you come to me? Why did you come to me today?
Well, I come to you because I need help to get our money. We don't know how.
After how much years you need help all the time? You could never come to me.
No, well,
you never come to me.
Yes, I came
Who
here.
you are supporting?
I came years
You are a
back.
PP or PNC? You is what? AFC?
No, well, let me be true to you.
You got to be true to me.
Let me tell you
Yes,
the truth.
you let me tell you,
I just vote for PPP
Yes.
since I become a voter.
Yes, yes.
I wouldn't hide it because God knows what I am doing.
Okay.
So I am not going against to tell no lie.
Yeah.
Right? So I just always vote for PPP.
So why you decide to come to my station now, today?
Because of this money, I don't know why, where it coming from that we get
you're
in.
getting problems now.
Yes, I've been here long years.
How many years?
Days when you've been over there. When your office was over there.
Okay.
There's years.
Yes,
Okay.
Years.
What
Two time I got.
Tell me what you was talking about that time. What you were talking about? June that time. June that time.
And I come from magistrate, and I come from some. I can't remember so long years.
Okay.
It's
So
very long.
you are 70 years now.
Yes.
Okay. Very, very.
And then so much of problem.
Okay.
One of my son I went here
Yeah.
last year May,
Yeah.
March.
Yeah. Why?
Now I
What
can
you in here for?
I went here and put my son on TV. Look at this here. I will show you.
Yeah.
This.
Yes.
I went here and put that on TV.
Like
He
that?
missing.
Okay.
Last year was
Yeah.
16. 2015 August he missing.
Okay.
And we can't find him until now.
Can't find him until now?
We don't know where.
I will ask my operator after the people who use the Sunday machine, please don't you use the machine. Yeah, affect the station. Please,
So
please do it
this,
immediately.
I put it at channel
Immediately
19.
do that. Stop it. Our machine don't work. Yes.
Channel 19 in
Yeah,
Berbice,
yes.
I put it.
Yes.
And then I came here
Yes,
and I
yes.
put it too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
How old is he?
It's 38.
Okay, ma'am, thank you very much. Be seated,
So-
be seated. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's still missing.
Okay.
Yeah, we not find
Okay,
him, and I
okay.
search all over.
Okay.
Well, I did want to go for this week here that we in because we have 10 days.
say it yes, finally? Let me wait like it's
No, well,
finally.
the road too.
Oh,
I
yeah, tell
glad
me
for
the
you come to
road.
the road because Mars Pleasure Road is miserable.
Sure of it's my pleasure. So sure of it.
But the NDC, did they tell you
Yes.
anything when you asked them for your money? What they told you?
When you ask the overseer, he tell you that he don't make the paper. When you ask the coordinator say, I talk to him Thursday when I've been here and talk to you below.
Rahman,
and I go over.
I'm going to go
I
visit
meet him.
Mars Pleasure Road.
Yes, we go there.
Terrible, terrible.
What I know Mr. Perry very well. He's responsible for this matter, for your payment.
Well, he's a counselor in the office.
Okay, well, on Monday I will take your details and we'll call up Perry and see how he can help you, okay?
Okay.
We'll
Because
sort it
all of us suffering.
Please be seated. We have to bring.
Ganesh was over there yesterday.
Yeah.
No, Legon. You went to Legon.
Okay,
Okay.
I will speak to him tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, Rahman, never deal
Ganesh
with
was a
that.
teacher,
Okay,
right? He's
okay.
a teacher.
Yeah, teacher.
Yeah, I know him.
You can be seated out there, please.
Okay.
Pray, please, ask the lady to come forward. Let's go to front there. So we can go in the program. Rahman, what is some of your problem with the rice industry now?
Well, we have a very serious problem.
Yes. Yeah.
Viewers may not know
Yeah, yes.
that one of the persons
Yes.
who was
Come with the public.
charged.
Yes, yes,
One of the persons who was charged.
Yes.
One of the six
Yes.
persons who was charged.
yes,
Recently.
yes,
For the rights
yes,
problem was
Okay.
Mr. Jagdev's niece.
yes.
Which one, the deputy permanent secretary or something?
Yes, the deputy permanent secretary who is married to a fellow
Yes,
called
yes,
Rupel
yes.
Rupnarain.
Yes.
Who? Rupel Rupnarain, who was
Okay. I know he's
who used to be
broadcaster.
an advisor to
Okay.
Jagdev.
He should be on Channel 6 and 9?
John is yeah,
I
that's
think
right.
so, yes. I think
Yes,
so. So one of the difficulties
yes.
we're having, as you can see,
yes, right, yes.
That's why Jagdev got himself named as champion of the earth.
Art,
Not champion
I've
of
been
the
champion
earth
of the
only.
people.
You are the champion of the people.
for the people, yes.
It's a big difference between
Yes,
the two.
yes.
Champion of the people,
People, yes.
champion of the earth.
He's the champion of art.
But he wanted to champion Guyana because
Yeah.
he thought he owned Guyana.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Because
Yeah.
when you see these forensic audits coming out, and you see look, they were playing around with 10 billion Guyana dollars, 500
Yes.
million
Yes.
US
Yes.
dollars that they were using.
Yeah.
When you saw that article yesterday,
yeah.
that
Yes.
Them
them
boys
boys say article in
Yeah.
Kaitro News, those who have not read it, read it. Yesterday's Kaitro News, it tells the whole story.
Yes.
How these people, these
Yeah.
poor rice farmers, if you go into the rice
Yes.
field to plant the rice, to
Yes.
bring it on the table,
Yes,
and they squander the money
okay.
as if it belongs to
That
them.
was the Venezuela.
They lost the Venezuelan market.
Yes.
They're now saying that how this government promised the farmers $9,000.
Yes.
The fact of the matter is, it
Yes.
was the Venezuelan market
Okay.
that was bringing in the $9,000.
That's all. Let him take some calls in here. Calling in here. Hello?
Good day, Chairman.
You go there, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I want to bring this to the whole APN.
What?
We didn't vote for INF and vote for CAMU. We
Yes.
vote for a government,
Yes.
a party will form a government
Yes.
to run the central bank and
Yes.
take care of the bank and
Yes.
give us a reasonable rate
Yes.
at 125.
Yes.
There's it now, you have 217. You have to find 651 million to get 3 million.
No, what's the 217 about?
That is the rate of the CAMU you live by.
No, but in the bank, when I was in the bank on Thursday, it was 211.50.
It's gone to 217.
No, I don't know about that.
To me, the parallel market.
The parallel market is
is
Okay.
there.
Oh.
It's
Now you go to the bank.
Yes.
system. Now you had what we call, you had 215, which you had to find
Yes.
645 million to
Yes.
get 3 million.
Yes.
It's an excess of $6 million more
Yes.
on the taxpayer in your pocket
Okay.
to run your television station with
No.
with things. You want the printer ink, the ink.
No.
You got to find 7,000
The Republic Bank had a rate of 211.50 on Thursday.
Thursday, but it's the parallel market. We didn't vote
But
for that.
where you go to? You going on the street or you going to
Wait till the central bank.
So what do you go there
If
for?
the central bank, if the governor cannot do his job,
Yeah.
No.
we fire him and go.
No, we can't say the government do his job. No, no.
It's a free capital society, what you call free market
Yeah.
society.
We
That's what you will
don't
expect.
we did not vote for free market.
You will,
at
of
INF.
course we did vote for
for
free
a
market.
bank, a government which will regulate
Yeah.
the bank, the central
Ask him
government,
what
and
you
run
propose.
this
What you
thing
propose.
That's
like
what we
how
will
it used to run on the farm. Burnham.
Okay.
We run it in $3 to $1 US. You mean to tell me all these people go to university so bright? You still look Barbados, look Trinidad.
Okay.
They got a problem, but still they can control.
Yeah.
The same problems in Suriname. You got drugs on the street, you got $5 on the street, but Bauta is going to destroy them, as he did it 2 times. This corrupt system, the Parish Club and the INF with the drugs. If you don't remove the drugs out of the street, you won't able to control the wicked.
Call it, thank you very much.
The drugs in the street.
Thank you very much.
And the young people who involved in this thing.
Thank you very much. Yes.
He's the guy who had a
It's an important point he's raising, Mr. Sharma, but the issue is that he needs to know that...
Elaborate too much.
He wants government to set...
No, it's making some very important points, but it is that we have inherited a market economy.
Exactly, you can't control.
And we have to...
Yes, hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Like what Mr. Ram was explaining to the public about the rights Petrocarri money, but allow him to explain it. He doesn't allow him to explain how the public will know exactly where the corruption lies.
Okay.
So you have to allow him to explain that people will understand that where the money going, where the corruption is lying. Well, you keep cutting him after him, explaining so we can understand where what is going on. True. And appreciate what you is doing, giving him a time, but you need to go more in this.
Can't go too long in the program. It's a voice of the people.
Is going on,
yes.
So that the further corruption is going through, which is very good for the public to know when the PPP was there, how many corruption was there. And he keep covering it up, and the man can explain how people going to know when it's going. That's what he's doing.
We'll take all weekend if we do that, what you're talking about. Yeah, thank you. Ramaka, expand it.
That's not true what he said. What you said.
Expand it.
I need to explain it because rice is a very important commodity and a product that we all eat. And we keep disrespecting the people who are producing it. That is the rice farmers.
Yes.
The rice industry is in a major crisis. And we're taking it very lightly. Because if you mistreat the people who are producing food for you, you don't respect them, you don't pay them good prices, what are you doing? There has to be a very serious examination in relation to the declining of the rice industry. It started during the Jagdev period, the PPP time. They did nothing about it, as they did nothing about the sugar industry. Now this government is faced with a problem, and the government has got to stand up and bite the bullet and do certain things that the PPP didn't do. And the call is right, Mr. Sharma. People do not understand the plight of the rice farmers.
That's right.
And only people like me who have studied it, worked in it, talk to the farmers, and we live and eat and drink it every day. And so we need to appeal to them to recognize that without their support, the rice industry will collapse as the sugar industry has collapsed. Right. And it cannot be resurrected under any future PPP government.
How many times I talk about the rice industry and sugar industry?
You are responsible, and we have said it many times to you. And the public knows that. That had it not been, and you can bring out past videos.
Yes, I got that video.
They can show it now to show how you've been to Essequibo Coast. How we went and we saw those farmers who were on picketing exercises in the Essequibo Coast.
Yeah, that's right.
The rice farmers voted more than 7,000 more than the normal to bring this government to power. And then they were expecting that this government recognizes their rights. We talked about 4 basic things that are in the manifesto of this government. That is
I got a manifesto right
Yes, and you said it here in your own manifesto. But
my manifesto
the 4 basic things: the re-establishment of the agricultural bank. The PPP like to talk about Burnham. Every time you open them out, they criticize Burnham. Burnham was very wise in setting up the agricultural and industrial bank. The PPP, the first thing they came and they did was they closed it down.
That's right.
You cannot have agriculture, as you said it here, unless you have farmers getting access to finance at a very small percentage interest rate. If you don't do that, you're not interested.
And that's 10 years manifesto. 10 years manifesto.
That is true.
10 years.
10 years, and it needs to be revised. But you have been saying these points, and you need to take credit for it. The people here you need to take credit for that. And they need to recognize that. And when you were doing all these things, They closed down the station so many times
yes.
because you're highlighting these
the
issues.
right.
So this government needs to recognize that as a result of this program and the work you did, they were able to get a government of this type,
yes.
of a broad-based government, of which you are part of.
Yes.
And we're not going to allow people to call on the station and lambaste us.
That's right.
If they want to make an important point and have a discussion intellectually with us,
That's right.
you have never heard any PPP person of any intellect
That's right.
coming on the program to discuss and debate with us and dispute what we are saying.
Okay.
They come and they make stupid noise and character assassination.
Yes.
And let me make this last point.
Yes.
And the reasons why these Jagdioites call and disrupt the program is because that is the generation that he created in this country. A generation of semi-illiterate, as you have always said. And we will not tolerate those type of characters to continue to rule this country. We will not allow them to do that. This government will stay and we will be re-elected as a democratic government, because we will do the kind of things in education, in housing. Look, you went and visited the housing scheme.
Yeah, that's right.
You cannot you are spending money on people because you can't give them house lots. They gave them 22,000 to get house lots, and not one single house have been built on those house lots. The reason for that is that poor people cannot go to the bank and get a mortgage.
That's right.
They cannot.
Right.
So the government has to step in, build the homes for them, and allow them to pay little by little, creating the opportunities to get jobs and build a community. We haven't had a community. If we want to talk about social cohesion, we have to build the kind of infrastructure, housing, health, education, good roads, water, light. Those are the basic things of life, Mr. Sharma. And you said it here in your 19 points program, in your manifesto. And that is what we are promoting. We are promoting the voice of the people. They have the expression, democracy, to be able to express themselves, and the right for them to come, like the lady came here.
That's right.
And she talked about her problem.
That's right.
She's sick and tired. So she has to come here. And we give her the opportunity.
70 right now.
She's 70 years old.
Yes.
Good. So this is what we are doing.
That's right. Call in here. Hello? Hello, caller. Hello? Hello, caller in here.
Hello?
Yes?
Mr. Sharma.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
You don't ask stupidness, you got to take care of the ear, right?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, yes.
Mr. Rama.
Yes.
You are hitting the nail on the head. You need an agriculture development bank. You cannot want to develop without finances. You cannot at this stage of our development, we're in a crux of finances, on unemployment, divestment and closing of USD. The man doesn't have an alternative. We want a government that cares for people. This has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with human beings. And this thing bothers me beyond my wildest comprehension, because as a senior citizen of this country, we have the possibility of establishing a development bank. All our ministers been to tertiary institutions. They have profited. Why is it they don't think we need an institution such as a bank with an interest rate not more than 4 to 6%?
Exactly.
We are expecting 50% of the profit coming from the oil. We will be pumping oil in 2020. Why is it in the government's foresight of development? They cannot sell bonds and use some of that money alongside of the oil money and give interest in the bonds in a 5 years or 3 years period, so that we can come off of unemployment. Next thing, we are as part of an international community, and we have bilateral arrangements with, I think, 193 countries. If you carry an in-depth study, there are many people who will come here and will give service because of their heart, not because of their race, because of their heart. We need people with foresight. We need more than just the talks. You give 43 people come out with certificates to entrepreneur. What the heavens does that mean without access to funds? Last but not least, I have, please bear with me, because I saw you did something just now, like the previous told you. The lady, just like you vote for PPP. Your station is exposed. I see Gail Tushira on your station on a regular basis. They lock you out of the house. So if your heart is not with people, I have absolutely no interest in race. I have absolutely no interest in black man, Kuli man. I have interest in people and guiding people.
Exactly.
And therefore, you have to open your mind, start to think of how innovative things to help this country to come out of poverty. Last but not least, we don't do it to these young black fellas. When ISIS begin to raid, we have a porous border. All men that are selected as military men who have given their service will have no right to go and fight ISIS. You don't understand the evil that we are faced with. You got to wake up. And I agree with Mr. Rahman. He knows me well. Open a bank. The Minister of Finance has the responsibility to carry it to Parliament and create a way where the people who are going to lose their job or a certain issue in state is able to say, bye, I'm going to plant my farm. I'm going to do this because I have access to finances. I have access to technical advice. Thank you very much.
Very good, very good.
We can next half an hour we get Jaipal and the program. Jaipal will be on the program with Minister of Finance. And see, Junior Minister of Finance. Call you. Call you here.
Mr. Chairman, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
This housing thing that they had the other day, the exhibition, I'm not comfortable with it. As the minister said, that the low income, the houses that they're building is 5 million. Now when I went to that exhibition, with no houses that was 5 million, they were 6.8 million. Now what I'm saying is that I'm 55 years.
What is the interest rate on your house? The interest rate.
I am 55 years of age, Mr. Sharma. Now if I go into the bank for borrow money for buy a house,
she can't get it.
25 years they're giving me for payback. How I know I live in for 25 years? I think the minister should come out and they should say something about these houses. Now what they should do for poor people, build houses and let you go to the Ministry of Housing and pay a rent for so much.
That's right. I agree with that. I agree with that.
It's because since 1992 I put in. All right? Now I waiting now. Now you going to tell me when I go to the bank, the woman going to tell me you got 25 years. 25 years, 55 and 10, 65 and 75.
My God.
When I come in for work at 65. I think something should be done or do some self-help. You know, let people. I don't understand what's going on. I think the minister should come out and say what's going on.
I wrote about that already about them.
Yes,
you know?
Yes.
It's very difficult. Yes, I want a house. Yes, I want more little place to poke my head. Yeah, but then where I find 7-something million for buy house?
Oh man, that's unreasonable.
This lady is very right.
You understand? Do the house scheme. Put people inside and let me sell you 20,000.
Exactly.
20,000, 25,000.
When the month comes for so much a year, you take back the money and at the end of so much a years how much the houses belong to.
It belongs to
you.
Years
ago.
I agree with that.
But we want to know what's going on. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Very good point.
Very good
That system was in place back in the day.
Call you.
Yes, gentlemen.
Yes, good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Mr. Thomas.
And the gentlemen there, you all trying and doing a good job. Keep it up, Mr. Ramon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
sorry I didn't call you back.
Now, I must say first, I must express my gratitude to know that Mr. Sharma and his son, Jai Paul, could take time off to come and visit Anne's Grove and understand the plight of the people.
And the cry with the people. Plight and cry with the people.
Yeah. Now, when they come, it was a Sunday. It was all right. But the day after, and at the present moment, then you should have seen the waters in the road and the potholes where you're going to recognize when it was dry. Anyhow, I'm grateful, I'm thankful, and I'm still looking forward to see something be done. Now, as we got, however, heard the brother saying that they're forming some youth party. And I believe Jaipal should join them, and you got some other young brothers should join them. Not neglecting that
yeah, he is a leader of the Justice for All.
Yes.
But you should pull them in there and try to get rid of the system. You know the system? You know when you got a computer and the battery corrode the board?
Yes.
We need to get rid of the entire board.
Yes.
Because the battery, a new battery wouldn't be any help. So, need something to be done.
Okay.
Now, if you look what's going on,
yes.
We got some ministers coming on there. I mean, you're a part of the coalition.
Yes.
And for some reason, I'm so grammatically perplexed, confused. In other words, let me break it right down. I mean, I know more than the big one. Now, you got these people. Look, Thursday I trying to call Mr. Shield there. She battered the phone, she didn't have much call, and she allow it for ring, and it rang out, and then she final word, this caller so calling so often, and the number showing up very often.
Yes.
But Friday, the APNU Coalition got a program on the air where you don't call it. What is saying to this?
What? Oh, no.
Doesn't Tashira then?
That is what she said.
No.
That recording you go to hear it.
No.
That is what exactly she said. And then she come on the air, ridicule the same coalition that you are in on your station and give the same supporters that backing her and our cronies the same thing that the brothers talking about, whining them out and talking all kind of manner of thing because of why. I would have get rid of those people a while.
Yes.
Because they should have go on the other channel and go and get those kind of things. Because I don't understand, it's confusing for know that you're a part of the coalition, yes. You're giving them time and they're bombasting the coalition and they got people coming out so stuff. I don't understand what's going on. You know? And concerning this, I understand this had it and this had it finished. I don't wish to see people in prison, but we want the money back.
Yes.
That is the problem. Because the burden is on the taxpayers' back.
Yeah.
And I believe with all fairness,
yes.
We got two institutions. The medical institution, the teaching profession, they need a proper living wage. We not talk about increasing. Because when you were sick, you went to the hospital, you had to be treated by a male or by a doctor or a nurse. When your child come up himself, the father, the child or whatsoever, your grandchild, they got to get an education, and we only rely on teachers. When we talk about teachers, qualified teachers, so that we need to give these people a proper salary, so that those same who might want that migrate and go and clean, do all kind of jobs.
Call your certified. Call your certified. I went to your place. You certified?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I am very much thankful, but I'm still looking forward, especially the school. They are there.
Yes.
Those school children are that place there, in that dirty stink water there, that if at least you would
I'll get the comedy and I'll get inside
sign in there and pull it up, and they could even fence it and make a kitchen, it's a school garden, because you know boy, I'm had that.
You're doing farming, right? You're doing farming.
Right? And last but not least, I would like to the government, I have some land, and other people, you see I trying in my yard. I believe they should give small farmer a grant, so that they could able to develop themselves, especially the black farmer, because them are got nothing for start and them are got nothing where they're going with. You're going to cutlass to chop a big fat 3 feet circumference tree, and before it is finished, you have to break up your hand, carn up and water. We need assistance in farming so that we could feed ourselves. Thank you very much. Well, for now.
We have a Jaipal minister. She'll be in the prompt over next half an hour from now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. I went at the Sunday. I went away on Sunday.
The place was bad?
Yes.
Quickly. You were talking about the
housing.
The NDC.
Yes.
The NDC. What happened is that I may pick up on the job over here now where they're around there, right? And some of the workers them said they got the NDC take it over. I said, why they come on a deliberate? I don't care who take it over. But see, they expect the quality about every 6K get it paid. They expect they wanted to get it monthly. Get it like on a month. But what happened now? Things drop back about 2 or 3 weeks. Now they gotta wait. So that gets them frustrated. So everybody blaming the pointing finger to APNU. I don't care who will find the figure, with government or with government. And they say come to earn a daily bread. And you want to earn a daily bread. So everybody pointing to party now. So that is a big question.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Rahman, interest rate is too much for the housing, small housing, poor people. Housing.
Look,
the interest rate plan too much.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
the government has
Yeah.
made
Yeah.
a departure from their old policy, but they will not, they're not going to be able to house people unless, as Leon quite rightly said, they established a self-help policy, which will entail training younger people in house building and all the modern techniques of how building with all the modern facilities, the equipment and so on. That is an industry that can find job and that can house people. So it has to have a revolutionary policy in housing where you have a separate, the NBC, the New Building Society,
Yes.
where they spent $1 billion in Berbice to build that bridge. And then they caused a whole set of problems, sacking some very important people, Mr. Arjun and them, who went to the ombudsman, have got clearance and so on. And the matter is still in the court, and the court cannot decide on their. So the kind of people who you put, the Jagdeo regime, put in these kinds of institutions, some of them needs to be removed. I keep saying it over and over and over again. Unless
ethnic cleansing.
I call it fish hunting.
Fish hunting.
Yes, because you're fishing them out. All the rotten apples, you're fishing them out. And you get good people.
Yes, in the 70s I worked Ministry of Housing, and I saw they planned everything, they planned infrastructure and everything else, so that when we build houses, people already have the infrastructure.
What interest rate in the housing?
Well, as
5 to 6.
our friend said here,
5 to
6%.
Yeah.
We need to reduce it. But for low income especially, should have special.
And Sian, the lady made a very important point, which you supported here in the thing here, that you have to build homes for people, especially people who pass a certain age, and they would not go. They don't have the collateral, the security to go to the
I said it 10 years ago.
And you need to promote this program, what you have been saying for 10, 15 years. You need to promote it and explain to them. That's what the man was saying. You're not explaining yourself as a political leader. You're not doing that. You're not allowing us to explain what you stand for. So how people are going to vote for you? How are they going to vote for you? You have to look, your housing policy, the basic pillar, because you say you're representing the poor, you're the voice of the poor, right? Has to be rested on a policy of building homes for the ordinary people, renting these homes at a very low rate, and then eventually the people will be able to pay back or to be able to pay the rent.
And eventually,
I think in the old West from
a lot of these people that we have in these ministries, the housing ministry was one of the most corrupt institutions in this country.
Along with the rice board.
The rice board, the health ministry, you look at it.
No, not in the 70s. Not in the 70s.
But we're trying to clean up the mess, and every time you make an attempt to do that, Jagdeo and his boys shout, witch hunting, witch hunting. And I say, you got to fish on them.
Okay. What's some of your view?
The housing, let's focus again on the housing.
Yes.
The woman who called in said that she's 65 and time is a factor.
Yes.
That is why, taking into recognition the fact that 65% of our population are young people, we have to focus that housing drive towards young people.
Also.
Last week they went to visit, they took a lot of students in to visit, and surprisingly, a lot of those school children have expressed interest in getting homes at an early age. So they have time on their side. Because you can get an arrangement to get a house in your 20s, you got a whole lifetime to pay for it. The point I'm making is that we have to change the policy towards making sure that the young people get first dibs at housing. There are a lot of young professionals who living home with their parents still, and they want to get out of mommy and daddy clutches. They want their own homes. So my take is that young people who have jobs should be given preferences to get their own homes already, because don't decry the fact that they're too young. We tend to feel because we're older that they don't have responsible meditation, and that's wrong. Yes. There are young people in their late teens, early 20s, and early 30s that are very responsible. Yes. They have big bank accounts, they have good jobs, and they have good dreams. We have got to facilitate the dreams of our young people, bring their visions to reality, and that's our focus has got to be on our young people.
I agree.
We can't neglect the old.
No, brother,
we had our chance. You have to look after the old.
We had our chance.
I don't mean for a house like
what
that.
We can do is groom them, nurture them, guide them, and support them. But really and truly, all our efforts have got to be towards the young people.
And they just got their own numbers with his answer. Anyhow, the same range of story, what people talking about, but billing. They got to organize it properly when they're going to build the land range. Right now I got a problem with a neighbor, a fence up to me when
that's a problem. That's a serious problem.
Yes. I come in into you with the pictures and everything, and if possible, I might carry you to let you see the house.
Which area are you talking about?
We're trying, behind David Rose School, Community High School.
What's up
there? Carry you and show you this fence. Yeah, I ain't get just to city all at all. And she said, Duncan, she know he good, she that in the soldier, and nothing could be done to the store. You don't care where I go and who I bring. You listen to what I am, Mr. Sharma?
Yes, I listen to you.
Yes, because I'm carry you to see the fence. It's getting out of hand.
Yes.
Bring a sweet drink. Sweet drink for me.
So when did you acquire that land in West Rumbell?
The land? I live in the land.
Yes.
It's not a land, it's the house.
The house is the cemetery, right?
Yes.
Yes, I hope if they're going to build again, don't let it build it like that.
Carla, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes.
Well, they build the duplexes.
Yeah, I like to see it, right?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Colin, hello?
Good evening, on panel.
Yes.
Mr. Sharma, people need to understand that this government is doing a good job. Thus far.
It is a fact you're doing good job. I'm not like it. Yes.
There might be few glitches, yes.
Yes.
We agree on that.
Yes.
But there's a lot of cleaning up that is being done that was done for 23 years.
Yes.
That is the truth.
Yes.
Now, secondly, there is this big thing about we talk about the corruption and these things, right?
Yes.
Now look, we got police officers that have done good. Would they be rewarded?
Yes.
It's all over the net.
Yes.
So everything is being cleaned up. It just needs time.
Yeah.
People need to understand that. If you look at Gina, ain't bringing the same propaganda news they used to bring before.
Yes.
We hope it would continue being that way with the new person that take over.
Yes.
We hope it will continue being that way.
Yes.
I must say congratulations to you on the job that you'll be doing, and I hope that you will be rewarded for your hard work. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Colin here. Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Sharma.
Good afternoon.
Concerning this used tires business, right?
Yes.
The government is setting a double standard. They got a ban on tires for certain vehicles, and for other vehicles, you could import tires, and the heavy-duty vehicles. And if you set up a law, it's supposed to go for all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I don't know what it is.
See, my sugar get low. So I got to cook right now. Sugar get low.
Okay. But the used tires thing, there has to be a proper discussion about it. Because...
Hello?
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
So, whatever happened to the business open fund where civil servants were able to get mortgages to build their own houses?
Civil service fund.
Yes. Widows and Orphans Fund. Widows
and Orphans Fund.
Dependence Fund.
It's still there. It's still there. Yes, it's still there.
But I got my house with the Widows and Orphans Fund.
Yes, yes.
Is it still about where young children could buy, get mortgages and build their own home?
Okay.
I think so.
I'm not sure.
We don't know the facts yet on this matter, right?
We can find out.
We gotta find out.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Call you in the hello.
Yeah, good day to you, Mr. Sharma.
Good day.
Yes. I expected to see you in the papers with your award, man. These people really messed up, you know. I expect to see that your name was featured in the papers.
They will not do that.
Yeah, good day to Mr. Rahman, Mr. Sankey, and my friend there, Rastaman, who met at the expo. Same guy you body people we were talking.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm not in agreement with the Rastaman today.
Yes.
Because he's saying that young people should force get out flat. But I'm going to put some ideas to Mr. Rastaman want today. People who like near retirement and who didn't get house lot. Because you got to remember, those people were young in the days. But because of victimization and corruption,
they couldn't get it.
Some people did not get the house lot. I use an example.
That's true. Yeah.
Right? So what I wanted the Ministry of Housing to do, I'm not saying put the young people aside. The young people have more time spent to pay for the house lot even though they have a job. Look at the people who near retirement or who have like 10, 8 years more. Give those people an opportunity because those people apply. It's not that they didn't want, you know, but because of victimization, they could get to go and see people. Look at the age group. Right? You could still squeeze in some of the younger folks who married and so, I'm not saying that you're not looking at the younger people, but those people have more time to pay. Look at people who in their 50s, 55, who needed, you know, homes. Right? So that they could use the remaining year to get a house and pay after it. I think that should be a criteria. The Ministry of Housing. Another thing, right? The houses that they built, I think each and every house should build with a tank to accommodate one water tank on the roof because
I agree with you on that.
What I'm saying, if they have a water situation in those new housing schemes, you know, people could get water, I mean, until a certain time the water come back or the water truck come along. You need to build those houses with a water tank capacity at the top. 1 or 2 the least.
That's right. I agree with that.
And how about also building with the solar panels on the roof too?
Yes, I don't mind. I don't mind, yes, so in case to get a blackout, you know, this would be still lighted even though you don't want your fridge work, but at least you would get. They got to think more and use up. I heard the chief engineer for the ministry was talking this morning that it's using up the GTIC, the Guyana training, and these industrialized institutions that use to train those people to help to build the house. They can even use the prisoners them to help to develop the housing scheme, and you give them, you know, a stipend. Let them go and work inside the area and help the government to develop those duplex housing schemes. And what I think the government needs to do, the duplex houses, it should be more in numbers because what I'm saying, one duplex can accommodate 2 families. It will be lesser work, lesser land distribution for the Ministry of Housing. You see, I hope somebody is listening to this program and take my points into consideration.
They're listening, they're listening, that's right, they're listening.
Right? Because those are some critical things I observed. I was there and observed, but I didn't get to discuss with Rastaman. Me and Rastaman we were talking in other areas. Rastaman, know I feel away about the young people and them thing. But you see the point. You see what point will come good. Always adjust come home. Always come home to catch this program. So that I could share my ideas and my
very important point. Very important point.
Right?
Continue.
I'm coming back to you. I still, you know, I think, you know, you should be in part of one of the people receiving, you know, award for your pioneering in the television station. I saw Mr. Enrico Wolford and some other guys, and I can't see how they leave you out of this thing. I really can't see how they leave you out of this thing.
The party people.
The party people. Adam Harris.
Anyhow, you folks have a nice day. Rastaman, big up.
I don't have any problem with it. If you don't want to give me an award, I don't have a problem with it.
The whole award system needs to be relooked at and be independent.
They're going to wait till they die and give it posthumously.
They don't have a criteria. What is these things need to be transparent.
Independent board
what is the criteria for people to get an award?
Call your name. Yes.
Hi, Mr. Sharma. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
To you and all the other members of the panel.
Yes.
I agree with what the last caller said just now, 100%.
Yes.
But what I'm trying to say that when this government, they were campaigning, they said our president was for all the people, young or old.
That's right, yes.
We are a land of 6 races. And that doesn't qualify the youth of this country to own a property alone. What I'm trying to say that the people that are 60 and 65, they work their youth and they are entitled just as the young people of this country to own a properties. I think you all should come together, all the brave minds, put your heads together with the government and come up with a plan for everyone, young and old. Because our president, when he was campaigning, he said he was the president for all the people, young and old. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very good point.
Hello? 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 A dog barking.
Yeah, the dog.
Yes?
Don't tell it from just now.
Yeah. Hello? Who's that?
Take him off. He's just crazy.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
Just crazy.
Call it. Hello?
Hi.
Yes?
Good day, Chin.
Yes?
Mr. Leon Saul.
Yes.
In making that remark about young people and young people, teenagers and all of that wanting house. Leon, people don't leave their parents' house in this Guyana, perhaps in the United States.
Okay.
Now, if you're soon-to-be retired person wants a house, don't that soon-to-retire person have family?
Okay.
And even that soon-to-retire person were to die, God forbid, before they reach 70, would not the debt be transferred to the family who will inherit not only the house but the other possessions?
Okay. Yeah, correct.
Let's talk about young people and young people. It's a lot of bullshit.
No, it can't be bullshit when it's 65% of your population.
Listen, man, talk.
Your young people are drug addicts.
They're important.
They are robbers. They're lazy.
No!
Let him
Fuck
finish.
that.
We don't agree with let him talk.
Hang on.
My God. Behave yourself.
Yes.
But it can't be so derogatory to young people.
If this is the young person you, Leon Saul, are promoting, you ain't going no way. And your young people party ain't going no way. Because any society that doesn't have respect for its elders is going nowhere. So you, this so-called young people syndrome thing, hogwash. Even retired people can't get their houses, waiting 17 years to get a house. The fact of the matter, my input in this one is your this so-called old people have children and grandchildren who will inherit them. So if they enter into debt to get a house, they're going to leave that house to their family, and their family go inherit the debt and they go pay the debt.
Thank you very much.
Young people.
Thank you very much.
I don't like that man's
let these people speak, let the people speak. Allow them to speak.
He's stereotyping young people, painting everybody with one brush like that, and that's not right.
But the point he's making is you need to take very seriously.
What's that?
We don't live in the United States of America or Europe, where, hang on,
extended
Leon.
family and nuclear family?
You lived in Canada for a long time, understand this.
Right.
We don't have nuclear family here.
Who says so?
We have a society, and even if we don't want that culture to infiltrate our society, we want to have develop our society from extended families, where grandparents and so on can care. Mr. Sharma got grandchildren. They come to his house and they can stay there, sleep there, and all that kind of thing. Who will think he will inherit what he owns? His children and grandchildren.
That's right.
And we have to develop a culture where children do not go off thinking, giving them the opportunity that they can get pregnant and get children and go off. We have to stop this location that was created by the PPP. And now we are dealing with, this government is inheriting the fallout of the society, the dislocation that was created by Jagdeo. This is what we're inheriting.
The family system is
and that is why callers upon callers are saying, we have to have the patience to try and rebuild our society, our community. That's why the housing, let me tell you, I worked on a housing complex that had more than 5,000 people living in an area.
Here.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me make this point. Because I have an experience in the housing area. I have a huge amount of experience. That's why I can talk the way I talk about it. And I worked there for more than 10 years. I was a manager for the Resident Association that represented the tenants and residents that rebuilt that whole place in London.
Yes.
Right? It was one of the first and the biggest scheme that other European countries took as an example. Some of the things that the government is implementing, a lot of it the intentions are good, but you still have old crooks in the housing department and sharks, housing sharks, who want to destabilize the government's policy. And we must not allow that to happen. Let me finish.
Why are you taking
No, but you have to have patience, because this is
virtue.
Exactly.
Yes.
You can't misrepresent what the man is trying to say. He's saying that housing has to be, we have to have a holistic approach towards this whole thing.
The minister, too.
Mr. Harman has made this point. He has made this point, and understand the government's policy. I am part of this government, and I make no apologies for being part of this government. I am critical about certain things that they do, as you are too, and you should be, because this is the democracy that we voted for, where we have the right to express ourselves and be constructively critical. And I'm telling the Jagdeurim that they are part of the society, and they must be constructively critical. Nobody's stopping them from being critical, but we must not be destructive. There is a difference between constructive criticism and destructive one.
You gotta get a word in there.
Hold on, you gotta be thick skin. You gotta be
No, I thick skin. I got skin like an elephant.
Okay.
Even though I'm a lion.
No, I understand the point he's trying to make.
Let me speak, no man.
Go on, talk.
And then
when Jack Dio came into power as a young man, he was 38 years old, wasn't he? That was a youth. Emmanuel Macron in France is 39 years old, and he's the president there. The point I'm trying to make is that the perception of youths has to change.
Jack Dio was 35.
Well, look at that. Even the point I'm making is this.
And look what he owns now.
All right, cool. But what I'm saying is this: that we have got to change our perspective of what a youth is.
Youngest, yes.
Yeah. Right? I'm saying this: in 3 years' time, in 2020, there's going to be a whole slew of new electors or electorate coming into play, and those are young people. Y'all could denigrate them, blaspheme against them, stereotype them, how much you want, but they're going to be the game changers in 2020. And if that man who spoke just now don't realize that, all of us geriatrics will be turfed out.
I'm not a geriatric.
Oh, sorry. I'm betting on young people because 2020 is the game changer.
You're putting a thing.
There's going to be a whole different coalition mix in 2020. And listen to me, young people or a mix thereof will be the fulcrum or the third force upon which the change in politics will be affected in Guyana. Trust me, I'm a prophet. Okay. In 2020, young people will have a serious play to change the game in Guyana.
No, we have to be realistic. Not all young people can be able to afford the salary they're getting in Guyana to go and buy a house. They can still have to live home with their parents. That has been the system for quite a while. And
there are young professionals
they can't just money. Those who have money. So again, you have to compartment. You can't say all the young people can get this. It's the richer ones. The richer ones who will be able to do that.
But the same banking system that he's talking about, the Gay Bank and Guy Bank and so on, would be a similar bank of similar nature would be put in place to help young people get the kind of financing to invest in their housing.
Leon, you have the New Building Society that is providing that service. What we need to do, and we have the influence and the powers to be able to restructure the New Building Society, to get rid of some of those elements that are there.
Some of the geriatrics?
No. They're people, Jagdioites. Some Jagdioites who are there. Yeah, who are there.
Not troglodytes.
No, not Dragonites. Jagdioites. Let me be very clear.
Yes.
And the reason why I use this word Jagdioites, because I separate him
from Jagan's
and his acolytes from people like some decent people who are in the PPP. let's not denigrate.
There are still decent people in the PPP.
There are still thousands of decent people.
And falling an indecent leader? How can they be decent and falling an indecent leader?
They don't follow him. What? That's why now he has his press conference at the opposition office and not at Freedom House.
Oh, there's a problem
Freedom
there.
House is a sacred place. All right, it's a sacred place.
Hello.
Congratulations, Mr. Sharma.
Yes.
Congratulations. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, and I hope the Guyana Press Association will also honor you as you celebrate your 25th.
Yes, thank you very much.
Please permit me to share some information because I was part of the education program for the young people that Leon was speaking about.
Yes.
Now, the information that they said is that this housing solution
targets low-income earners, young people, and public servants. And further to say, according to how much money you're making, you know that there's a subsidy. The government subsidizes the housing solution. So there is a young lady who spoke and all of that. You go into the ministry and they will work with you to ensure that you have housing, especially if you're in a vulnerable area. And the areas that they are working in will be Perseverance, well, as already started, they're going to be in Essequibo, West Bank, West Dem, Burbis, and Linden. And I also heard, according to the gentleman, he was suggesting the duplexes are the solution. I heard the minister saying that there is a lot of interest in the duplexes. So apparently that will be going very quickly. So I just wanted to share that.
Thank you very information. Thank you very much.
I know.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Call in. Hello?
Me again?
Yes.
No. Bear with me for a couple of seconds.
Yes, Thomas.
No.
Thomas?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes.
No, Mr. Rahman.
Yes, sir.
Please tell me in what age you acquire a home.
Me?
Yeah.
That's about
58.
Okay.
58?
10 years ago, yes.
10 years ago? So you tell me, from the age of 18 to 58, what were you doing?
I was living with my parents.
When a man, did you have a wife and children then?
No.
You was living with your parents, you was lying. Is it you are the only child?
No, we got 11 children.
So what you all decide to buy the house with cutlass and axe?
What do you mean? I don't understand what you're saying.
No, listen, I'm coming to you.
No, let him talk,
No. If you got a property, 11 yards, and needed them gone, how you expect you go buy it? With cutlass and axe?
No. You asked me a personal, Mr. Thomas.
No, let me look at it from
Let me answer you, Mr. Thomas. You asked me a question.
We said, Mr. Sharma, at one time when he was running for Justice for all party, he never got grammar.
Yes.
And he can't speak.
Yes.
He's going to electrocute the people.
I never said so.
Listen now, we're talking about the public.
Okay.
But today, Jaipal Sharma, as a young man, as an offspring, he is our finance minister.
Junior finance.
No.
Junior. Be careful, Horace.
Let me look at the junior or senior finance.
No. Don't
be careful, Horace. We're getting trouble with the
and build housing projects by self-help.
Yes.
And Bonham, that was in the 70s, I think it started. Maybe I could assist me. But Bonham there, and some of them same big man we're talking about them finished senior. Now, if you does not give the youth of today a lead to go, and you hold on the baton, who will win the race? When we look at sports, we talk about Michael, Mr. Bolt. We talk about our youth who went and run Caribbean game. And we talk, where the old men go and run them? Where they don't go bring the trophies in. Because we cannot depend on these four. It's the same problem we get. Well, therefore, what Mr. Ram is saying, he should not have been talking about Mr. Holder because he's an old man. And
no.
Mr. Thomas, you're missing. Mr. Thomas, you're missing the point, Mr. Thomas.
These people were talking about the older man. Now you are 45 years old. You got 25 years more to pay off that mortgage. Tomorrow promise to no one. Most not about tomorrow, you know not what it brings forth.
Mr. Thomas, you can't.
I have 7 sons and 1 daughter. And you could tell me going to leave this half house to them parties with cutlass and action. They're going to kill one another over it.
Children property is serious business.
Thank you very much.
When a man cannot earn to take care of his financial obligation, you know what it costs? You can't even breathe too hard next to him because he feels less than a man. And when a man got to depend on mommy and daddy, you got to remember that the man turned a man at the age of 18, they said from the age of 17, the woman consent to sex. When she start getting baby, she needs her own privacy.
Thank you very much.
Make sure you have a will. You leave a will.
Only then you get
children properties always bring a lot of division in families.
You have to have a proper will.
We have the minister and the forum.
Yes. Regards to the housing sector.
Yes.
I think the youth that Mr. Rathmande is talking about.
Mr. Saul.
40, when you know you'll be retiring at about 55, you will carry your responsibility with it. In the sense that if you put a 30-year-old person, they don't have the wherewithal, income-wise, to subsidize to have a house. age 40 is a good age for you to start thinking about having a house.
Okay.
And at the then time, use the same government facilities.
Okay.
Now, what you were also saying is that you have to realize that people in this country do not have that sense of maturity, very graciously, have that sense of maturity between the age of 30 and 40. 40 is a good age to start giving loans. People want low-income houses.
Thank you very much.
I don't agree with that.
No, my father at age 38 was able to buy property in the Kingston.
Yes.
He was 38 years old, and he was a public servant.
Yes.
You know,
so he's working.
the Labor Department.
Yeah, he has a
and
secure job.
You see, real estate, investing in real estate is a viable proposition, and we got to teach our children to invest in real estate from an early age. We can't wait till age 40 to tell them they must get a house there. I want to tell my son get the house at age 20.
Okay.
Leon,
Which one of them?
Okay, let me open the line to the minister. To be and I
think there's a question we're asking for. Jaipal might be able to answer. The widows and orphans.
Widows and orphans fund.
Yeah, call in here. Hello.
I'm going to be a party.
Call in here.
Yeah, the widows and orphans fund.
Call in here.
Somebody call in and ask about.
Hello.
Yes, Mr.
Borrowing.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
I have a little problem with this whole housing situation.
Yes.
Now, I have a land at farm for a little while. And I can't go in there to do anything right now because there's no light, there's no water.
Okay.
Where's
and then
that?
the government starts out of projects, out of places, so I don't understand what's going on.
I'm like a chairman to answer this question. I parliament at the house.
Build my house.
When dear?
This is farm.
Yeah, farm.
Yeah, this is
Farm
farm.
with
I mean,
bank?
there's other locations like that, but I'm sure about
You
farms.
got two farms, East Bank and Secrebo, and East.
This is farm on East Bank.
East Bank, yes.
Yeah.
So I just want the government to go in there and give us our light and water.
Let me take some more calls on here.
Lights and water farm.
Lights and water.
Call it, thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. Shah.
Call in here. Hello?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
You are some already young people not get job because all the time, man never get job.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hello?
Call in, hello?
Hello, Mr. Sharma. Good
Yes.
afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Mr. Sharma, I'm making a suggestion.
Yes.
That sometimes in relation towards your program,
Yes.
you should have Mr. Rahman and Mr. Fanki to cheer this program sometimes and
Yes.
rotate it, you know?
Yes.
I think that give them a chance sometimes.
Yes.
It's a suggestion, you know?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Right.
Call in, hello? Hello, call in here. Hello?
Mr. Sharma, I don't agree with that woman that was talking about age, but party and them kind of things.
Yes.
What happened to people that sitting down waiting since 1993 and saving the money and waiting? I don't agree with what she's saying.
Yes.
Everybody need a house lot. It's
Yes.
just that the price, and I wish that your what's his name, your son next to you there, I wish he could
Jaipal.
think about this, where
Yeah.
the minister could come out $5 million.
Yes.
It's very, very hard. I don't agree with what she's saying.
Okay.
I don't understand that.
Okay, thank you very much. Jaipal, would you some respond on that?
Well, thank you, Steve. And I must say, because of this program and the person that asked for me to visit, and there was, I did made that commitment, and I went into Ant Grove and I visited the community. I had indicated that I would visit Perica, but I couldn't visit it that day on Sunday. But if they still want me to visit, I will make it this Sunday. And so we continue to do our program, our party work, the Justice for All party work, and same time as a minister, I will do my work. And so persons are speaking about housing, house lots, and this is the first initiative of government. Oh. So you have to be careful in that things could fall apart before they even get started with, if they have these infighting and criticism. Allow the first phase of the housing program to get off the ground. It is not our position as a government to the low-income house to start at 6.5. That was the contractors and how they put it. We will be happy if it stayed around 4 million. But as it progresses, the cost will come down. And so there's economy of scale, and there's discussion with contractors, and so the cost will come down eventually. So that is something we're looking into. So we understand 6.5, yes, is too much, and even for a low income. But if you look at the quality of houses, why do you want? I went there 2 days, And I spoke to a number of people. I'm satisfied with the house. I know for a fact you cannot go out there and get a house and land in Guyana for 6.7 million anywhere in Guyana, even in the remote area of this country. There's people running away with the idea that you give me a piece of land and I could build it for 4 million. With my experience in construction of my own home, you could pay that contractor the 2 million and give him the 2 million for material. When that 4 million or 5 million you give the contractor is finished and your house halfway, you're going to go live in that halfway house. You know for a fact that if you give 6.5, 6.7 million, you have a complete house. You don't have to hear from the contractor, he bust, he couldn't make it, this went up, that went up. And so you have to be careful when you're making these decisions. But government will continue to work to bring down the cost, and this is the first initiative.
Colin, hello?
Yeah, Mr. Sharma,
yes.
I'm glad to get back onto your station,
yes,
but
yes.
What I wanted to tell you in relation to the duplex houses,
yes.
if you check in New York and around this older United
yes.
States, they have a lot of states in New York that you have duplex houses. And I don't know why
That's
people
true.
are saying
Yes.
that we cannot live
Yes.
in duplex houses.
Yeah, that is true.
They have to learn to live
yes.
in the duplex house. And duplex house is the way to go. It would be less land allocation for the government, more family in one homes, and it would be more reasonable, and it would be an easier distribution for the government. It would be a less task for the government if they do duplex schemes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Colin, hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes.
Concerning the housing.
Yes.
Why are we throwing away what we had before?
When is it throwing away? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by throwing away?
Where 20 people would have house flats, and they would get together and do self-help. We need to bring back daylight saving time, so we'll have a lot of time in the afternoon. This is what we got to do. That is the cheapest way to bring houses. You get houses like in South with one design, and then you could do whatever you want after and multiply it into whatever you want to do. Right? And you only got to build the top flat as a matter of fact. People could put in the bottom when the time comes. That's all you got to do. We got to look the simple ways. We knew the simple ways. South is a beautiful place. Really. How it's laid out and everything else.
Carl, thank you very much.
Right? This is what we need to do. Get back self-help. Many people waste a lot of time in this country doing nothing. That's all
the basic structure.
And
you could do that.
No, he's not. That back again. That was the simplest way. Remember, you start to build house and do mace and all this kind of thing.
No, he's right.
We got to do these things.
He's right in the context that the majority of the costs associated with building this structure.
Half an hour money for half an hour more. Half an hour.
To the panel?
Yes, half an hour more, yes.
I'm saying the corner on behalf of the panel.
Yes.
A corner concerning Pleasance.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know who is the council or whatever. Okay. I visit all over, you know, to Michael, and they say the public space clean.
Yes, yes.
And when I look at Pleasance,
yes,
it's dirty. Someone who is the council of
yes, yes.
No drainage, no reading of the drains. Nothing else. Nobody calling ask about these things.
Okay.
I am vexed about it. You know why? Because we have council right now. And we got to deal with the people. Okay?
Yes.
And anything could break out in Belgium, okay? Because the place are flooded.
Okay. Thank you.
No, the place are flooded in Pleasance.
Let me go visit Pleasance.
NDC must be concerned. The local government people.
I'm vexed about it.
Okay.
I'm vexed about it because you know that we have a council and nothing not doing. What is going on?
Minister, what is your view on this? What Scott is saying? Yeah, hold on. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much.
No, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, yes.
I'm not talking about what I'm concerned about the 10 of tomorrow. Okay, in this case, something on break out right in Pleasance.
Okay.
And this is careful to the government.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, as I indicated, the caller was right when he was promoting community participation in the construction of homes. The major contributing factor for the cost of the homes is labor costs. And so, you know, the cry about there no work and Gaisuku is closing and a lot of workers will be without jobs. This is an opportunity for those workforce to go into the housing area and to assist in bringing down the cost of housing. And so, let me tell you, Kaisuku workers are actually, the skill set is carpentry. You go into the community and see the kind of house they build for themselves at very low cost. So it's not that they have a lot of money, it's that they have the skills, they have the energy, they have the commitment, and the know-how. So, you know, this opportunity of you going into these sectors, those same workers, you know, they will get the severance pay and things like that. And so to go into those areas of construction, they have $1 million or $2 million to disposal. You get in from severance, and you buy your tools and equipment, and you outfit yourself when you go. And so hand wash, hand make, hand clean. So you're out of a job now, you have money in your pocket, and you start a business, and you start construction, and indirectly you assist in bringing down the cost of this property. So the call is correct in terms of community participation in construction. So we're not looking at condos, we're not only looking at single flat, but also there is land that will be issued for persons that want the land themselves. So if you want to construct, if you want to take the risk of constructing your own home, that will be open also. But you could imagine a condo, what it will bring to the community. It brings a more dense populated community. It brings security. It brings business to the community. And so having a housing solution in that formulation have many positive. And security is a big thing with people.
Okay. Coordinator, hello?
Yes, Mr. Sharma.
Yes. Yes.
I'm the person who called last week from Ifla.
Yes.
Speak up.
Where's the man Angat? He hasn't sorted out his water problem yet.
So also, the caller mentioned about Pleasance. Throughout the length and breadth of this country, as you know, Cabinet, the Minister of Agriculture is tasked to report into Cabinet what was done in relation to, as you know, we have the rainy season upon us. The Minister Patterson announced that there will be 120 millimeter rainfall within 72 hours. We don't know if it could be within 1 day, 24 hours. That is 6 inches of rain. That is flood. You can't, we can't drain that kind of water anyway. So you must take precaution. The Minister of Agriculture also indicated that there was widespread cleaning of the drainage system outfall. And many other areas. We're using heavy excavators, we're using mini excavators. We're using heavy-duty equipment and mini excavators. So there's cleaning. So if in your community no cleaning was done, I didn't get to have a one-on-one with the caller, but if the caller is saying there was no mini excavator cleaning any of those waterways in the community, then something is definitely wrong. So if the drain is clogged, we're going to go there tomorrow. Again, I plan to go to Perica. But if I have to go to Pleasance to view the trench, the canal, or the system they have there for drainage, I could say to the NDC and to Government Ministry of Communities that work needs to be done in that community and done soon. So I want to know if the caller is listening, if he could say if any work was done in the community. Because I know the Minister of Agriculture reported that there was cleaning activities in many regions of Guyana.
Colin, hello? Hello?
Jaipur, he says.
Hello? Yeah, hello?
Good day, Mr. Sharma.
Yes.
Congratulations to you for all the good work you've been doing for us for so many years.
Yes.
I must thank you.
Yes.
On behalf of the Rastafari community, I mean, no one really representing our concerns. Mr. Saul, good day. The rest of the family, thank you.
Good day.
The Minister, and Mr. Rahman. I'd like to represent the farmers, not only the big farmers, but the small farmers. A farmer must get land, and land is seen to be a problem to get. Now I'm representing some youths in Agricola and some area. These youths are unemployed, they have nothing to do, no opportunity, nobody's coming to help them. So I made a proposal to land surveys to get some land for them, let's say a plot of acres, 100 acres or so, but not in this flooded plain. We want the highway, Mabola Road, or the Roughtstown Road, or these areas where the land is higher, that they can see a future. Because the floodplain farmer know floodland is problems with drainage, and it's expensive. So
So I just want to put it out there that these youths in the ghettos that they're blaming for crime and violence, they need attention and assistance. I'm personally doing this on my own behalf. I went to the commissioner, the land commissioner, and the head of land administration, Mr. Hudson, and they told me to come in with my proposals. I've written it up, I'm collecting names, I'm going into them. So I just want to make this public, and we need help, and to coordinate with NARI, the Ministry of Agriculture, Guyana Marketing Corporation, so they can monitor the progress of these youths. They hit the ground running with a cutlass and a file and a polling, and they can get an acre each, and if you do your acre, you get another acre, and so on and so forth. With forestry, we're willing to work with them to start replanting green heart and purple heart and Wamara and all these valuable species, because the gold miners are chopping on the bush, the foresters are chopping on the bush. Nobody's planting all these trees. It's called civiculture.
That's true.
You know, I went to UG, I did a semester of forestry because that is my love. Anyhow, I just put it out there that the farmers, these youths, they need help, and if we can access the land, but not just that alone, because you're not going to be successful unless until they start marketing the produce. And a lot of farmers' problem is getting the produce to market and getting the market to collect the money. They have markets in Trinidad, Jamaica, and if you have these people that say 20 farmers together in one, everybody plants, let's say cassava, you can put it in.
Well, I would like, before the next caller, I would like that caller there to also share that proposal with me. That is the way to go, and that is the way that the government is promoting. So I'm happy that a person is coming up with an initiative like that. So if you could share that proposal with me, I would be happy.
If he calls you.
Caller, can you hear him?
Hello, I'd just like to add that young people from the age of 18 can now apply for land.
Yes.
You don't have to have children either. 18 years are eligible.
Okay.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
That's a good move.
Caller, hello?
Yes, Mr. Sharma.
Yes. Yes.
I'm from Iflot. I calling in connection with the water.
Yes.
I called last week and the water.
Yes.
Indeed, we received a Mr. Jaipal's office.
Yes.
They get in contact with Guyana.
Yes.
Was called, but nobody showed up and do anything with regards to the water.
Okay.
No, I did ask my secretary to call.
Yeah, she called.
And right, so you see, I'm addressing it. So the week that passed, I was very busy, and so I didn't get to communicate with those persons, to speak with them personally. I don't know if my secretary did it on my behalf, but if not, I will endeavor to ensure by Monday I communicate with relevant authorities to get it done.
Is that Mr. Angat?
Because someone from Guyana called, but afterwards nobody showed up.
I spoke to Mr. The fellow in charge of the West Coast. I spoke to him, and I told him to call you.
Yes.
And remember I spoke to you during this week?
Yes.
And you said somebody called you?
They called, but...
Good, but so they haven't come and visit you?
No. Mr. Rahman, I will appreciate if you could come and get a first-hand view of it, and then you report back to Mr. Jaipal.
Okay. I'll try and come this. I'll try and come this week. Maybe tomorrow or
Tomorrow
Monday.
will be good because I'll be home there.
Okay, all right. I'll call you.
Call in here. Go ahead, please.
Hello?
Yes.
Here, I'm from Zealot.
Yes.
This road condition here.
Yes.
In Zealot here, local government in election time we had local government election. Now there are two representatives here.
Yes.
One for the PPP and one for the coalition. I think he says that he's they call it non-government organization, Muslim kind.
Yes.
Now this road is in a deplorable state. The one we call Fisher Dam from the entrance of Fisher Dam to the seawall. So what is going on? We have a representative. We need who is who now. I think the government needs to send in this minister because
like this matter.
And the people put you there, you need to function.
Okay, thank you very much.
I am very concerned. Very, very concerned. I'm a citizen. I'm a resident also of Zealot. Thank you very much.
Zealot, you can get a response?
No, well, if the NDC are not functioning, programs like this or letter to the relevant Minister of Communities will be important. And so, you visit the Minister office, Minister Bolkan, and you make your concerns known that the NDC is not functioning. And so the minister and also the regional authority also could assist. But look, there's an issue with how things are done in this country in management aspect. And people look after their own business and their own affairs and their friends and their family. You can't change it overnight. So things will have to be done, and these things cannot be corrected overnight. So I'm saying you have a complaint, it's genuine, it's good. I'm happy. Bring it to an official attention. So if you want to bring it to my attention officially with a letter or visit to my office or the relevant minister, Minister of Communities.
Colin, hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
I call back again from Pleasant Hill. Mr. Jaipal Chairman, I want to find out if anybody could come and visit Sparnam in Pleasant. It's atrocious. I live here, I know something on break out going to be because I know what is not good. When the rain fall, the water come
so
up. I'm
happy.
using some jails and we sell these things out there.
I'm happy that you called back on the program.
Yes,
Was there any cleaning in your community within the last 3 to 4 weeks?
No, man. What you talking about? No, nothing.
Good. So I'm going
nothing.
to.
I mean, I want to know if you have a council up here.
All right. So Pleasant, Sparndam, no cleaning, nowhere was done.
No. Sparndam, when it comes to 110, when it comes to 110, you see all the bank going out flat. The bank on the water going nowhere.
Okay, good. I don't know if you mind sharing your number so I could make contact with you tomorrow.
Pardon me?
You mind sharing your number?
Yes, take it out there for me, please.
All right. You're going to call me after the program then?
After the program.
Right? Okay.
What number I must call you on?
The same number. After the program, I'm going to remain in the studio to take the call.
Yeah, thank you very much. I want you to come and clean up here, man. And Mr. Sharma, you're welcome man in this place.
Yes.
And Mr. Rasaman.
Yes.
You got to go clean and go good because man, stop talking about these kinds of things. We got a lot of problems out there. Let me down these things out there, let me go and let Mr. Sharma electronic out there, let me down that nonsense out there. You can't pay because we got enough people doing a set of nonsense in that hope. This is drugs, what we call it, marijuana, whatever. Them things, if we get somebody who could control this thing, okay, buddy. But this thing here, bad, them by smoke this thing, them by the partner back me, a big one like me. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Colin, hello. Colin, here.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah. How many minutes more we got here? On here.
Asking the minister, how will he present Ranger for friends and again the tax from the army?
What? What is it?
Hello?
How will retire brigadier up to a good job?
I don't know what you're talking about. Colin, hello.
Did a good job.
Hello.
Hello, and a very special good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
And your panel and your son, Mr.
Yes.
I'm a person with disability.
Yes.
I would like to know who's the representative for West Rangel. Since the local government elections, myself and my family, we went out and voted unblemishly. Since then, no one comes around, asks us what is going on in our community. There is a ball field not far from where I'm living. I can ask someone to look out here. There is a lot of grass. When we have a little function or whatever, rain falls, flood it up. No, the road is terrible. Well, we have nice road now. Also, the gutter, we need it to be clean. Tell me, who is representing West Rangel?
At the parliamentary level or at the local government level?
Well, on the local government level also, no one comes.
No. Who? You said you want to know who is representing you at the parliamentary level or local government level?
Local government and also on the parliamentary level. Can you please tell me? I'm a person with disability. I'm very.
Well, I can't recall the individual name for local government level, but there's a number of individuals that is represented parliamentary level. Minister Ferguson also will look at that area. So, you know Minister Ferguson?
Yes, I do.
The minister within the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, yes.
Yes, I do.
And I think she have a party office in that area there also.
No, not in my area.
I know, not in your area, but in that general area, okay?
Yeah.
and so I could communicate your needs to her. And so if I could have your number, if you don't mind. Okay, I'm going to take your number. Is your number a 227 number?
Yeah, 227.
Okay.
There is a lot of youth on the road. We want to know if there is something that you can find for the youth to be doing, because some of them come out of school that have nothing to be done. Can you please help us in getting something for the youth to be done in our community? Can you help us out there? Because there is a lot of youth. We have a ball field. We really need it to be fenced around and all of these.
Okay, the last 2 digits in your number is 78?
No, my number...
No, the last 2 digits in your number is what?
73304.
You can call me off the air. I don't want to take your number on the air. Yeah. Okay, call me. Let me get back your number. What happened if 2 callers call in? The number changes.
That's right.
Right. So I'm not looking at the actual caller number.
Okay. Call back the same number?
Yes, after the program. Soon after the program, I'm going to remain in the studio for like about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to take all persons' number that want to visit me or me to address the issue.
And congratulations to your father.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Call in here. Hello? Hello, call in here. Hello? Yeah. How much minutes more?
15 minutes.
15 minutes more need to go. Yeah, Japal, what you would like to say?
No, see, and as I said, I made a commitment to come and listen to the people, address the concern. But so many issues, I don't want to impose myself to the people, allow the people to
call in. Hello? Yes. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, call in. Hello? Yeah. Damn full fed now.
So serious questions, you have a Minister of Government, and I will try to answer your question to the best of my ability. And so you call in, you're saying there's no minister to speak with. Here are ministers before you, and you don't take the opportunity to communicate. So why would a minister go to programs if you don't show the commitment? If you show there's a need, if you show there's questions, ministers are going to make themselves available.
I'm calling in connection with the house lot at Paradise.
Yes.
It's about 6 years they give out this house lot. If you see the bushes, they don't have a proper road to go in.
Paradise?
They don't have lights. When you go in on your land, you got to walk across wires. People just have a thief lights to get in there. It's a very small area.
But what part of Paradise?
The Paradise Housing Scheme?
It's Factory Road. 61 side.
On the East Coast.
Seaside?
The seaside?
Hello?
The seaside? Well, you call me after the program. Let me get your information and number after the program so I could also visit your community of Paradise. CN is known to visit those areas on the East Coast. Call after the program and I'm going to take your number. And let me go in and see what is happening.
Call in. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Sharma.
Yeah, good afternoon.
And to your panel.
Yes, yeah.
You know, I'm a concerned resident in Kitty Public Road here.
Yes.
They're looking after this thing by the walls.
Yeah.
And to my understanding, they're supposed to have a pumping water.
That's
they block off the main section where the water's supposed to throw off the ground from our land getting water. Mr. Sharma, I discussed the only time they come to clear this water is when you go on course. They'll block it up. They have no way to the water. Water from Brianville come right round, throw in right there, burn up in our yard. Mr. Sharma, this is working too slow.
What is your location? What is the location here?
Supposed to work around the clock.
What is the location?
Public Road, Kitty, right near to the seawalls.
Yes.
Forget me call the name, but you know it was right there on the junction.
Yes.
And the taking long. I wonder, like, barely got like 6 or 7 men working. If you come presently right there, that's you want in the yard.
Okay, sure I'm visiting.
Huh?
Sure I'm visiting, please. I'll visit it.
Okay, I will look out for you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Black and smelling very
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Sharp.
Caller, you are here, hello?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, here you go just now.
Yes.
I'm speaking about the pump, Factory Road.
Yes.
Where the pump is.
Yes.
Right? We don't have any road. The bushes go up there.
Yes.
Intentionally, time we got this whole slot.
Yes.
But we can't even pay unless you could go and see the place. You see the condition.
I
the road,
said.
you can't even go in.
I said, give me a call after the program. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Call it. Yanni, hello. Hello.
Somebody playing.
Yeah, playing over there.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Mr. Chairman, now that Mr. Jaipal is in the studio,
yes,
I would like to raise this on to him.
Yes. Yes.
The work that this government is doing should be congratulated.
Yeah.
Now, the problem that the Minister of Home Affairs, right, Mr. Kenraj Ramjatan.
Public security.
Yes, Public Security Minister. He promised us that he's going to look at this nice nuisance. Now there's some vehicles, by Christ. If these vehicles pass your house, you're feeling the shaking.
Yes, right.
And I would like to know how long must we tolerate that nonsense? I'd
That's
like for him to look at it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Caller, Yanni, hello.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Sharma.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jaipal.
Yes.
I have allocated a house lot in Lockdale Park in Harmony since 2014. I finished payoff. And every time I go into them, they say the place is not ready, the place is not ready. And they allocate me the house lot. And I finish payoff, I have my statement, receipt, everything.
Bring your receipt when you come in.
A transfer, the place is not ready. They said the place, I cannot get a transfer. I don't know why.
I don't know why neither. Could you bring your receipt?
Yes, sir.
Come, bring in the receipt and come.
No, well, if you want to visit my office, let me see it, okay?
Okay, can I visit you tomorrow?
Not tomorrow.
On Monday?
Yes, Monday, if I'm not there, let my secretary photocopy your documents and leave your telephone number.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jaipal.
Okay.
It's already. Thanks, bye.
Caller in the air, hello? Yes, caller in the air, hello, caller.
Sama,
Yes.
I would like to congratulate the few policemen who are now holding the person who offer bribe for them.
What?
And one of the things that I'm looking at, that there must not only be the small officers in the force, but they should come from the top right down.
Okay. Thank you. Caller, you're in the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Shaw.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Panel, so you are going to Pleasance. All right, what to do? Pass when the line top. We also got to go up a little bit more. We can go up on the line top and see where all the man selling, woman selling, and block out the whole place, and then the police come in and charge you for obstructing traffic, and all them block up. You just got to wait till them park. Don't buy the food and then go along the way. Must check it out at Pleasance line top. Nobody's saying nothing. The council is seeing that. Nobody is seeing it.
This is by which road? Victoria Road? Victoria Road?
Main road.
The main road.
Pleasance main road and the main road.
The old road where they sell stuff.
The main road in Pleasance.
There's a market area.
Main road. They sell the stuff. They stop the cars and block the traffic.
Everybody went there, even backing off the road, and every day is a new stand going up there. Every single day a new stand.
Okay.
From the market to the main road.
They shouldn't block the road.
I know.
But this is Mr. Sharma.
Yeah.
I say that's not a minister's here. Yesterday, I took the police traffic senior superintendent to the Parika area. And what this gentleman is complaining about is the same thing is happening in the Parika area. We visited there, we had to talk to people. You have some stands they build on top of the road, the highway, and this has happened since the PPP was.
Who responsible really?
The PPP councillors there who are in charge of the council, and this is an important point. The minister needs to understand so that when he goes to cabinet, he can raise this issue. I have said many times, and the government they got to take action on these people. There is an official policy of the PPP of sabotage and boycotting this government. They do not, the NDCs, something needs, the PPP control NDCs, something needs to happen to them to ensure that they, as councillors, do their duty and responsibility. They are elected by all the people in their NDCs, and they must ensure, and this can only happen if we have accountability. You can't, the NDC chairman and so on cannot instruct and cannot ask people to have their stalls on the highway. And when the people, when you have this kind of blockage, as this gentleman is saying, then it creates a whole set of confusion and so on. So something needs to happen.
The police station there, Parandam police station, they should do something.
In front of the Parika police station, they have a whole set of...
Yes. What finally you like to see?
I'd like to say to all my Muslim brothers, stay strong in this month of Ramadan. Don't do nothing that Allah would not want you to do. All right, sports, young people and sports. Sports is taking off in Guyana. In fact, I'm saying to people today and tomorrow, go to Lenora and support our athletes and so on, because big sports program going on, we're going to beat all them other Caribbean countries coming in. That's it. And now, tomorrow, 1 o'clock, on La Maha Street between Waterloo and Camp, come and check out this third force party that's forming, this young people party, United Movement Alliance, UMA. I think they're going to be a fulcrum, meaning a third force, because young people in this country are 65% of the population. We can't ignore them. Furthermore, we have to groom them, guide them, nurture them, and support them, because they're going to be running this country next.
Yeah, I think he made a good point there about the sports program. This is the first time we're hosting such a big sports program involving the Latin American countries, Argentina, Brazil. It's a wonderful, and everyone should turn out and support it. This is part of sports tourism.
Yes.
But besides that, we spoke about the charges dropped against persons arrested in the Kaito National Park operation, and I support what Lincoln Lewis and what Brother Saul was saying, that we should offer a similar reprieve to those who are smoking small amounts of marijuana, pending new legislation. You know, those who were caught smoking, like, might be overcrowding our jails, and we should, we should also look at it.
And it's expensive to maintain them in jail. 400,000.
People smalling thing. Or hey, here's what happened. They find an instrument in somebody's thing, and they lock up the person.
You know, they find demands with something like this, buddy. And they call it a utensil.
A utensil. They say a utensil.
And put a man in jail for a year for something like this.
A utensil. He wasn't using it.
They say he could put crack in there and smoke it, so they put you in jail for the utensil.
So they must show similar compassion for similar compassion for those people.
Hello. Pleasure remarks.
Leon, the month of Ramadan is for everybody. It's a form of discipline and order. And the Muslims, if they must continue to behave the way they're behaving now, it's not only for this
1 month, all the time.
Right. And if they behave themselves in the way they ought to behave, you will then begin to rebuild a society. They will give leadership. But a lot of them are not continuously behaving the way they're behaving in this month. The point you're making, I think I don't know, it's a misrepresentation of the fact of what we are talking about youths. Nobody is decrying youths. We all here have children, and therefore we are not putting down the youth. What we're saying is that we need to discuss the issues properly and not create an expectation that we can't fulfill. Do not create false hopes.
This is housing. This is
yes. But if time doesn't allow me to go into it.
I know.
But the essential point is that everything circles around a home. A house, it doesn't stand by itself, Leon.
A house is not a home.
It's a home.
Minister, a house is not a home.
Exactly.
Yes, you know, some persons will say ministers are not presenting themselves public scrutiny in terms to take questions, and ministers before you, and no person would call in and make all sort of nice and silly comments and questions that have no relevance. except for that there's personal interest in most of the calls. So I live in an area, my drain's blocked, or I driving through the street and a vendor selling on the street corner. These are important issues, yes, but you're a driver, you'll be inconvenient. That person trying to eke out a living that's selling too. So we as government have to balance the situation. And so we also want roads, and we want wide roads. We want roads to attract tourists. We want roads to attract commerce. And so when we're going to build a road and say when we build the road, people cannot sell alongside that road, it's going to affect people. But that is the way we have to go. So there are many concerns, but most of the concerns are personal issues. And so there's many things that you could have spoke about. Some of them was broadly touched. The president rejecting the list of the 6 nominees for the chair of GCOM. And here the president is saying to the opposition leader, get it right, you know? You could contact Barry got the problem, get it right. But it is like the president is got to teach the leader of the opposition, Jack, who was a president for 12 years. This man can't get it right. So what he was doing for 12 years, if he can't understand the simple instruction of the Constitution. And so it's very frightening as a minister, as a young individual also, that a former president for 12 years cannot understand his own constitution to submit a list of 6 names that is unacceptable to the president. So there's so much things to speak about, but you didn't speak about those. But yet you're demanding that, including the president, must make himself available. Ministers must make themselves available. Those are busy persons and busy individuals. Here you have a minister before you, and you never pose a difficult question to me to say that I need to call out the top ones, you know, because you didn't challenge me. So if you can't challenge me intellectually, how could you challenge my senior minister or the head of state?
We did have that discussion.
So you must take this opportunity, avail itself to you to ask serious questions, important questions. But I will remain in studio to take those information of numbers of persons that I will make visits tomorrow. And anyone that wants to visit me could come and visit my office, Ministry of Finance, being on our Court Street.
Tomorrow?
And so, yes, I will go to Perica first and then come back to, I will have to leave early. So I will have to be there at Perica at 10. And so I could get time to go back to Pleasance and maybe Paradise. But those people need to come out. When myself and CN go, you need to come out. That film in there was done by your minister. So you didn't see a minister talking. Your minister was working, he was filming, and he was highlighting the issues. So your minister is multitask. And so we will go out there. If I don't have a camera person or camera crew, you wouldn't hear my voice, you wouldn't even see me. But those footage will be complement of your minister is addressing these issues. And there's a number of issues to be addressed in this 83,000 square miles. And one minister can't do it, and one individual can't do it, and one party can't do it. That is the reason you have a coalition. And if the coalition can't do it, you need probably a wider coalition. You need a collective of people that have the interests of the people at heart. And you need to help yourself. You need to report to the relevant authority, the RDC, the ministers, the ministry, what is happening in your communities, so it could be addressed.
So they join us.
Leon, time coming?
Yes, and don't forget, get a copy of the paper Unite, because in this paper there's a nice article on CN's 25 years in service to the people.
Unite. And they'll join us on Wednesday for the 25th anniversary.
Yes.
They'll join us on Wednesday to celebrate the 25th anniversary of CNS television.
Rahman, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much
and the
for
program.
having me, sir.
Minister, thank you very much for coming and the program.
One love.
Have a nice day. God bless you all. Thank you.